Marlon Duppy Film Perry was buried after a calm, quiet funeral service in the district of Lloyd in St. Thomas on Sunday. The service was held at the Lloyd's Seventh-day Adventist with interment in the cemetery in the district. Numbered as Jamaica's most wanted figure for years prior to being shot dead at a guest house in Portmore, St. Thomas on September the 24th, Perry's funeral was a strikingly humble event, lacking the festivities and flamboyance that are associated with the final rites for individuals of his notoriety. For example, the service lasted only 30 minutes, with Pastor Linton Hamilton using the occasion to counsel the congregation about living in sin and the consequences of doing so. There was noticeably a strong detachment of police at both the church and the cemetery, but the afternoon's proceeding went incident-free. Before we proceed, smash the like button to pieces. Leave a comment, please share the life out of this video. Feel free to subscribe for more content. Remember to turn on your notification so as to never miss another video.
Let's do it.
Tears flowed abundantly from family members and friends during and after the church service. While being a bit constrained during the unusually short 30 minutes service, they held nothing back while the body was being taken from the church to the hearse, with one woman wailing uncontrollable for minutes. While jumping up and down several times, the weeping woman hysterically shouted a few times, "Them kill him! Them kill him!" At the graveside rituals in Lloyd's Cemetery, however, tears were completely absent as the mood changed, with those who had gathered either singing along with the choruses that Pastor Linton Hamilton led or chatting among themselves. Marlon Black, you see, him black. Him look good though, although him black like a piece of cloth there, said a young woman while pointing to a dress being worn by another woman. The dressing among those in attendance at the funeral was generally modest, and the entire funeral proceedings were incident-free. According to Pastor Hamilton, the funeral service went as planned. He said he had met with the family a few times to offer counseling before Perry's demise, as after he had shot to the top of the police's wanted list, the family went through some trying times, including the burning of a few homes. He said he had previously officiated at a funeral for an individual of Perry's reputation, and he wanted to keep the service in line with what happened then. He said, with family members opting out of individual participation in the funeral service itself, it made it easy for the service to last only 30 minutes. The final resting place for Marlon Duppy Film Perry will be a desolate cemetery tucked away far from the limelight and notoriety that characterized his last few years of existence. Perry was buried in the cemetery of the hilly rural St. Thomas district. It took a great amount of will as well as a brave heart to traverse the treacherous terrain from the Lloyd's Seventh-day Adventist Church to the cemetery. There were two routes to the cemetery, with neither being much better than the other. The first, with a turnoff just a few meters from the church, took the brave along a footpath that was cut through vast shrubbery, down a slippery slope and into a river. Many who took that route took off their shoes at the river, with the women also holding up their dresses and the men turning up their trousers to get across the water. A climb up the hill on the other side awaited those who dared the river, to be greeted with forest-like trees before finally getting to the cemetery. One of the many police officers who were on hand after turning back at the river commented, "Then a year so them carry the 7-star general come rest. The alternative route accommodated vehicles, but the narrow pathways had mostly mud and stone underfoot, which made the journey difficult as movement were restricted to a crawl. Also, overgrown shrubbery and branches of trees along the way jutted into the roadway. Getting to Lloyd's itself earlier was also no mean feat. The turnoff from the main road at Yala Square meant encountering an immediate incline that continued for miles up. A seemingly once perfectly paved roadway which appeared to have been left unattended by the authorities, like many other roads in the parish. As for the security arrangements for Perry's funeral, he was certainly well guarded for the duration of the ceremony and burial, both at the church and the cemetery. Police personnel outnumbered the mourners for the man who had allegedly viciously killed members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which propelled him to national infamy. At the cemetery, the police lined the footpath from the river strategically positioned with automatic rifles for any eventualities that might occur. They were also prominent along the small roadway and at the entrance to the cemetery. Perry was cut down in a hail of bullets by the police at a guest house in Portmorant, St. Thomas on September the 24th, after being Jamaica's most wanted figure for a number of years. Prior to then, he had eluded all efforts to apprehend him for a string of allegations including murders, rapes, and robberies. This video was made possible through the continued generosity of my patrons. To become a patron, follow the link in the description below. Thank you for watching the video. Drop a like and a comment down below and consider subscribing if you haven't done so as yet. Until next time, walk good.